Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden 18 video, and today we're doing things a little bit different. Today we are going to draft a draft champions team and put that team into Connected franchise and see if my draft champion squad can win the Super Bowl. I've never seen anything like this, so hopefully it goes well and hopefully I draft enough that the team can win the Super Bowl. Hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's video. If you have any other ideas similar to this, let me know in the comment section below to have a chance for your comment to be featured in an upcoming video. But with that said, boys, let's jump right into the video and see if I can draft a pretty B squad. Be sure to subscribe if you're new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't as well. So I guess the coaches round is going to determine which team I actually use in the Connected franchise. And why don't we go, it's a meme. It's a meme. Yeah, I know the Titans are my favorite team, but we have to go with the Browns. It's a meme. We're going to pick the Cleveland Browns. Now, what I do want to say, though, I have to be smart when picking these players because I'm not going to go by their cards overall. I'm going to go by the players overall in Connected franchise. So, for example, here, I think Eric Kendricks is like an 81 overall in Connected franchise. Levante David's like an 88, and Cameron Hayward's like an 88. So, the smart thing to do here for the actual video purpose is to go with Levante David or Cameron Hayward. And I think that I'm going to go with Levante David because he's a little bit younger, and I think the linebackers mean a lot more in terms of Connected franchise, success-wise in terms of simming, than a defensive lineman. Now, here we go, another pretty good round, round 2. Jack Conklin is only like an 82 overall, I believe. So I think the smart thing to do here is go with Kaiwan Short's powered up card, which I think is also like a 90 overall on the defensive line. So that is going to be our selection here. So good defensive selections early on. Now, round 3. Wide receivers, we're going to need some good wide receivers, so we're going to go with Michael Thomas. Now, the only card that I'm actually going to put in Connected franchise as the actual card is going to be the Legends round because that just makes sense. And if we don't get a player at a particular round, I'm going to go with whatever player's already on the base lineup. So with that said, we are going to go with Michael Thomas out of round number 3. Round number 4, why does that sound like I have like something's broke? Sounds like a rattler. That's not good. Maybe have to invest in a better controller. Now, round number 4. I think we're going to go with, we need as many solid cornerbacks as we can possibly get, although Buster Skrine's like a 78 in Connected franchise. So, I'm not sure what Reggie Nelson is, but I'll take a half decent overall free safety. Round number 5, quarterback round, is huge, boys. And of course, we're going to go with Tom Brady because he's one of the, I think he is the only, it depends what offensive scheme you pick because the overalls vary depending on what team you have. But Tom Brady is either the highest or co-highest quarterback in Connected franchise. So this is actually the best pick we could have possibly gotten for today's video. So we get Tom Brady. Round number 6, DRC, unfortunately, is like an 82 overall now. So maybe we get DRC. I think actually Larry Fitzgerald is going to be the move because he's like a 92 in Connected franchise. And I think that's just a smart move. We have to start getting some cornerbacks, though. I'm kind of trying to shy away from the low overall cornerbacks, but it actually will end up helping us out because we need like 4 decent cornerbacks. So I'm going to go with Larry Fitzgerald, but I need to be smart now moving forward about my cornerbacks. Now, round number 7, we are going with Justin Houston. He's the player you never see in Connected franchise videos because he is impossible to trade for in Connected franchise. And he's like a 95 overall at outside linebacker, so our outside linebackers are going to be some G's. Now, round number 8, I think we definitely need to start going after cornerbacks. Tony Jefferson's nice. We already have a free safety, and we need Malcolm Butler, who I believe is an 88 overall cornerback in CFM. Round number 9, we need a running back. DeMarco Murray's pretty good, but we also need a tight end. I think we definitely can get a higher rated running back in this video. I think he's an 85 in CFM. And to actually be successful offensively, you need to have like a 90-plus running back. So I think I am going to go with Jordan Reed because he's a 98 overall tight end in CFN. Round number 10, 100. Ooh, this is difficult. Tremaine Johnson's an 82 in CFM. Jalen Ramsey's, I think, a 92. And Desmond Trufant, I think, is a 90. I think I'm going to go with Jalen Ramsey. You never see Desmond Trufant videos because he's also an impossible player to trade for, but I think I made the smart choice there. Here, what do? We just got a good tight end. Travis Kelce is a 99, so both of these guys are 99 overall tight ends in CFM. But I am going to go back to wide receiver and give us a third beast wide receiver because I think you need at least 3 good wide receivers to be successful on offense. We need to start getting some offensive linemen, though, because I'm not really liking our O-line. But I think we should be good at wide receiver after this Dez Bryant pick. Now round number 12. Well, I guess now we're going to have 4 good wide receivers. And I think Emmanuel Sanders is higher overall than Tyrell Williams. And that is why I'm going to go with Emmanuel Sanders. And now we're going to have 4 beast wide receivers. No more wide receivers are going to be picked because we don't need any more. Now round number 13, we need a good running back. I think the smart move here, I think Leonard Fournette is the highest overall in CFM opposed to all these other guys. So we are going to get Leonard Fournette, and he should progress throughout the first season. Now round number 14, what do we do right here? I think what we could do, we already have a D tackle, we already have a free safety. Tyrann Mathieu regressed dramatically this year in CFM. He's like an 82 now. Earl Thomas, though, is a 95 overall free safety, and if worse comes to worse, we can convert him to strong safety. So we are going to be drafting Earl Thomas right there. Round number 15, more wide receivers. Now, I have to be smart with what we do here, and I think Willie Snead's the highest overall here. And if worst, well, I guess what we're going to have to do here is convert somebody here to the backup tight end position. And I think actually the best backup tight end will be Allen Hurns here. So that's who I am going to select right there. Round number 12. Bruce Matthews, I think, should be the selection. And he's a guy I will have to create in Connected Franchise. Although Aaron Donald is a 99 overall defensive lineman. I think he's listed as a 99 overall right in Connected Franchise. So I think that is going to be the selection because we do need to have better defensive linemen in CFM. So Aaron Donald might have been a mistake, but that is my selection. Now, round number 17, Alec Ogletree has to be the selection. We have yet to draft a middle linebacker yet, and I don't think we could win the Super Bowl with a 68 overall middle linebacker in CFM. So Alec Ogletree, I think he's roughly an 82 overall in CFM. Round number 18, I think what we actually need to do here is draft Jimmy Ward, since we already, we could have a full defensive line if we pick one of these guys. And I think I'm actually, because if we get Jimmy Ward, we can convert him to cornerback. We only have 2 cornerbacks drafted, but maybe we get a cornerback in these last 2 rounds. So I'm going to have a full defensive line now if we do draft one of these guys, and I am going to go with Dante Fowler. That could have been a mistake. Round number 19, we definitely need a left tackle, and we don't have any selected yet. So left tackle Trent Williams is going to be the selection. Now round number 20 is going to be a legend who I do have to create in CFM, but we honestly, this is our first offensive lineman we picked in the whole entire video. So honestly, we probably, even though it's not a sexy pick, we probably need an offensive lineman at around number 20. Or I would take a cornerback, and that's really it. I need an offensive lineman or a cornerback in round number 20, because we already have Tom Brady. We have some good players already. Or maybe a good running back. A good running back, a cornerback, or an offensive lineman. And I think we're going to have to go with, do we go with Herschel Walker? He's a 93 overall, so he would be our running back. We already have Leonard Fournette, though. Derek Brooks would be nice, but we already have some good outside linebackers. Me and Joe Green, we already have 2 good defensive tackles, although Aaron Donald is going to be a right end. I think it's better here if we do select Herschel Walker to be our running back in this experiment video. So I think the main weakness of this team is going to be the offensive line. It's a pretty sick team aside from that, and I do think we are going to have a good chance to win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady, Herschel Walker, a spectacular receiver core, good running backs, and the defense is pretty stacked too. Not the greatest middle linebacker, not the greatest strong safety in Reggie Nelson, but some solid, decent cornerbacks, although we only have 3 gold cornerbacks. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see nonetheless, but I think this team should have a shot. We should definitely at least make the playoffs, but Super Bowl, who knows? God dang, no wonder I pay people to do these rosters for me. This took forever. 45 minutes to be exact, because I've tried so hard to tweet at the franchise developers from EA, and they just do not acknowledge me. There's so many stupid things wrong with Connected Franchise-based stuff. Like, in offline trying to make the rosters, when I was trying to trade the players to this team, you have to deal with a salary cap. You cannot trade players who are injured. So, it's almost impossible to make rosters like this just for fun because of stupid things that don't have to exist. Like, when you're trying to trade players to the Patriots roster offline when making your own roster, the Patriots start with a $15 million negative salary cap. So, how are you supposed to trade players to a team that already is negative $15 million in the salary cap? It's dumb. It's dumb, and you have to finesse so much and actually go and connect a franchise and do crazy things to actually get the players on the roster that you want them to be on. But finally, goddamn, 45 minutes later, we have this done. Just a little rant, and it is very aggravating. As a voice for you guys, I try to connect with the EA developers, and they just don't acknowledge me, don't even respond. It's very aggravating, but I'm going to try my best to voice my problems out for you guys so we can get things fixed. But anyways, this is what the roster looks like. I was thinking it was a lot better than what it actually is because there is a lot of holes, so I really don't know how the team is going to end up being. Because a lot of the guys that were gold in the draft champions that were on the base team that we didn't draft players at those particular positions ended up being lower overalls in Connected Franchise. Like, our offensive line isn't too good with a 67, 70, and 71 overall starting offensive line. We do have Trent Williams, though. But hopefully, around the offensive line, we have enough talent to make things happen. I mean, Tom Brady, Herschel Walker, Leonard Fournette, a great wide receiver core, a great tight end. Now moving on to defense. The defense has a couple holes, but I think it's talented enough to be able to be a top 5 defense in the NFL in this simulation. I mean, a great defensive line. Pretty good linebacker core, although the depth of middle linebacker isn't that good. And Alec Ogletree was a 77 in CFM, not the 82 that he was in the MUT Draft. Now, Reggie Nelson was a lot lower in Connected Franchise than he was in the MUT Draft. He was 82 overall, even when you converted him to strong safety. When he converted him to strong safety, he's a 74, so that's not good. And our depth at cornerback is extremely lacking. At 93, we have this guy who's a 72, Malcolm Butler, and I couldn't find the other 67 that we had in the draft champion, so I just got some random guy that was already the same overall 67, so hopefully you're okay with that. And then I don't even show you, I think I showed you the kickers and such in the draft champions. We had Caleb Sturgis, who was an 85 in draft champions, and Sam Martin, who was an 87 in draft champions, and that was their base card in Ultimate Team, but yet in Connected Franchise, they're like 10 overall lower, which is really weird because it's normally the opposite. But anyways, I think the team is good. But is it Super Bowl good? We will find out. I want you guys to let me know your predictions for how this team is going to do in the comment section below. Don't cheat. But let's see. I'm going to predict that we go 10-6. I think the best we could possibly go is 12-4. The worst we could do, I think, is 8-8. I think it's still good enough, though, to make the playoffs at least. I just don't know if we'll necessarily win the Super Bowl. But let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Wow. We didn't actually make the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me with this team? We don't make the playoffs. We went 9-7, but I guess 9-7 is not good enough to make the playoffs. Wow. First of all, I don't know why I'm on autopilot. That's weird. But seriously, this team is not good enough to make the playoffs? What happened? What actually happened to this team? So if we go, I'm actually shocked that we did not make the playoffs. So we had the 5th best offense in the NFL, and we had the 20th defense. The Browns, I'm telling you, are cursed. The 4th best offense in the NFL. I actually thought our offense was worse than our defense since our offensive line was so bad. What actually happened? So Tom Brady threw for 4,000 yards. That's decent. Rushing yards wise, Herschel Walker only ran for 6 touchdowns, but still had a decent season. Receiving wise, had 2 1,000-yard receivers. But why did our defense suck so bad? Was it because of our corners? Our defense, Aaron Donald had 20 sacks. Let me look at the schedule really quick, because I'm actually kind of really confuzzled. So looking at our team season, we lost, had some big wins, lost 4 in a row. We lost a lot of close games. We lost only, well, there's another loss by 1 point. I think we lost 1 game by more than 10 points. And most of our losses were by like 1 possession. And it's funny because I made that video earlier in the year talking about how I thought the Chargers were praised in Connected Franchise and it was already scripted for them to do good no matter what, and the opposite of the Browns no matter how good the teams were. And the only team to actually beat the Browns by double digits was the Chargers. I'm telling you, there's something in Connected Franchise that just kills the Browns. Like, that's written as a code, and the Chargers for some reason are always good. So let's see who won the Super Bowl to end off the video. And if it was the Chargers, I'm going to apply for a job at EA Sports. I'm going to take over the company, become CEO, and rename it PPS. Rename it PPS, which stands for Paper Plate Sports. So, winner of the Super Bowl ends up being the Falcons over my Titans. With the Falcons not choking a Super Bowl, this game is extremely unrealistic.